How does the Quran speak about other faiths and people of other faiths? Often we hear that Muslims feel that their religion is the only religion that's correct. Is it not? I mean, the criticism often made of Muslims is that you believe your religion is imperialistic. Yours is the only religion. Is this not considered a form of disrespect for other religions? What do the teachings of the Quran tell us about this?
I think the confusion that some people, even some Muslims, have in interpreting the Quran, that there is Islam with a small I and there is Islam with capital I. Islam with a small I actually is a concept, not a particular religion. It's a core religion of all of the prophets. Because this is an Arabic term, and based on the etymology of the word, the root itself from the language of the Quran, it means, if I were to summarize it very briefly, it means to pursue or attain peace with God, inner peace within oneself, and peace with all the creation of God, which includes humans, Muslims, people of other faith communities, relationship with the animal world, with vegetation, even with the inanimate world, through submission to God, willing, trusting submission to God, and acceptance of His grace and guidance in one's life. This is based on the etymology, just the literal root of the meaning of Islam itself. If this is the definition, then my question here is this: which prophet taught anything contrary to that? To me, none. If you look and examine the message of all of the previous prophets in various scriptures, it is basically that: how to relate to God, to achieve inner peace within yourself, peace with the creation of God, to live in harmony with God and the universe that He created, so as to achieve felicity in this life and happiness also in the life to come. So in that sense, some verses in the Quran which says only Islam is the acceptable way of life in the mind or in the judgment of God. The question here, is that a reference only to Islam, capital I, which referred to the particular faith community that believed in the last Prophet Muhammad, as well as all of the prophets before him, but at least the reference point is the last message of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the Quran itself? That's the issue. That's maybe a subset of Islam, small I. So some of those verses in the Quran then which says only Islam is accepted by Allah. What does it mean? Does it mean only Islam that was taught by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, to the exclusion of all caravans actually, of believers who believed in the same Islam, small I, throughout history and sincerely followed their Prophet? In fact, you find evidence in the Quran itself, that verses that says that those who believed in Moses or believed in Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him, and maintained the teaching without any change and followed the path, the right path, they are also to be saved and regarded as people accepted by God. So it's a matter really of understanding. But now, when you're saying that Muslims believe that their faith is correct, well, they would not be sincere. They would be hypocrites if they follow a faith that they don't believe is correct. The same privilege we find is practiced by all people of other faith communities. The Jews feel that their faith is right. Christians believe so. It's a matter of privilege of a human being to choose based on what appeals to their heart and their minds and really affect their lives in a positive way. So a Muslim is not taught, as some people may think, or some extremists might think, that Islam is the only religion that means cancellation of the other. Many, many verses in the Quran deal with how to relate kindly and justly with other faith communities, not only Jews and Christians, with all others, leaving the matter of judgment, of theological correctness to God. Many verses in the Quran and in the teaching of the Prophet speaks about the rights and entitlements of non-Muslims, irrespective of difference of faith. So this is something that a person believes in, but not to the point of excluding the others. And if you take Islam, of course, in the generic sense, only Islam is correct, meaning only worship of God, believing in Him, which is the message, the core message of all of the prophets.
Okay, thank you.